Conor McGregor teammate reveals UFC 229 Khabib guilt, "I should have been there." McGregor challenged Nurmagomedov for the lightweight title he was stripped of in April 2 months ago in the main event of UFC 229. His bid to become a two-time UFC lightweight champion and the first man to defeat Nurmagomedov ended in the fourth round of the multi-million-pound contest, which the Russian won via submission to a neck crank. McGregor was without the help of grappling wizard Nelson for his grudge match with Nurmagomedov due to the knee injury which forced the Icelander out of his UFC Fight Night 130 bout with Neil Magny. "That was mostly because of my knee, you know," he told MMA Fighting's Peter Carroll during the latest episode of the Eurobash Podcast when asked about not being involved in McGregor's last fight camp. "When the whole camp was starting, I wasn't training. I couldn't do much and it seemed like Conor has a pretty good team around him, as usual." Nelson was bitterly disappointed to have been unable to help his good friend prepare for the undefeated Nurmagomedov, despite being sidelined with a serious injury. "After the fight, I was thinking, man, I should have been there, and I was saying that to my coach John Kavanagh," he recalled. "He said to me, 'To be fair, you were hurt, you couldn't really train. It would have been only the last bit of the camp that I would have been able to take part in, I guess.'" McGregor, 30, is keen to have a rematch with Nurmagomedov, his successor at the summit of the lightweight division, and expressed that desire hours after his fourth career loss. And should the UFC brass decide to give the Irishman a second crack at the Russian over former interim lightweight champion Tony Ferguson, who has won his last 11 fights in a row, Nelson will help the Notorious prepare for the Dagestan native. He said, "Definitely, for the rematch, I will be there with Conor getting ready. Before McGregor and Nurmagomedov can be booked to fight, they must first learn their punishments for their parts in the brawl which followed UFC 229's main event." Nurmagomedov ignited the melee by leaping over the cage and attempting to attack McGregor's training partner Dylan Donies. The pair were due to be sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission on December 10 but were both granted continuances. They're expected to be reprimanded on January 29, the date for the NSAC's next meeting.